Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Thursday, August 7th, 2025. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino, CDM number 9. High pressure remains in control today with that easterly wind around 1 to 5 miles per hour, supporting temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 60s over the northern interior, lower to mid 70s in your urban areas, and upper 60s to lower 70s everywhere else. Overall, a very pleasant weather pattern is in place with just a few scattered clouds. You can see on the radar from WeatherTap, radar and surface map, there's our high pressure system setting up our easterly wind pattern. All of our showers remain off the coast, but again, you could get a few stray isolated showers. Other than that, it is pretty quiet out there right now. And take a look at our latest visible satellite picture, which is right here. You can see the onshore flow very clearly. Okay, so you can see the clouds rotating in from the Atlantic Ocean, producing scattered cloud cover around the region. We also have a bit of a haze here from smoke, but that is starting to alleviate and give way. So for the most part, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds today, but only an isolated threat for a shower and mostly over the interior as some of that moisture runs up against the Appalachian Mountains. When we zoom out here and look at the latest infrared satellite picture, you can see the scattered cloud cover in place here, and you can see out here is our next developing weather pattern. Okay, so this cold front is going to take an awful long time to get here, and once it does get here, well, it's going to establish a southwesterly flow, setting up hot and humid weather conditions for the region by the time we get to next week. So enjoyable weather for the end of the week. The weekend starts to give way, and then next week, unfortunately, the hazy, hot, and humid weather conditions return. So let's dive into this forecast for today. Look for scattered cloud with a threat for an isolated shower. High temperatures in the upper 70s to lower 80s over the interior and along the coast. Lower to mid 80s on the I-95 corridor. For tonight into tomorrow morning, look for scattered cloud cover with low temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s over the northern interior. Lower to mid 60s along the coast. For tomorrow afternoon, scattered cloud cover, again, isolated showers possible. Look for high temperatures ranging from the upper 70s to lower 80s over the northern interior and along the coast, lower to mid 80s on the I-95 corridor, and overall pleasant weather conditions. On Saturday, the high pressure system starts to give way and we get more of a southeasterly wind pattern. So look for scattered cloud cover with low temperatures, still pretty chilly for this time of year. Mid to upper 50s over the northern interior, upper 50s to lower 60s in the suburbs, lower 60s in your urban areas. By the afternoon hours, temperatures rebound into the upper 70s to lower 80s over the northern interior and along the coast, mid to upper 80s on the I-95 corridor. On Sunday, high pressure again is off the coast, now more of a southwesterly wind. Look for low temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s over the northern interior, lower to mid 60s along the coast and in your urban areas. High temperatures will rebound into the mid to upper 80s over the northern interior, lower to mid 80s along the coast, upper 80s to lower 90s on the I-95 corridor. On Monday, high pressure is off the coast. The tropical air mass from the Gulf Coast has invaded, and with it, increasing humidity. So look for scattered cloud cover, hazy, hot, and humid. Low temperatures in the lower to mid 60s over the northern interior, mid to upper 60s along the coast. High temperatures in the upper 80s to lower 90s over the northern interior, lower to mid 90s on the I-95 corridor, and upper 80s to lower 90s along the coast. On Tuesday, rinse and repeat, hazy, hot, and humid conditions, low temperatures in the mid to upper 60s over the northern interior, upper 60s to lower 70s along the coast and your urban areas, high temperatures in the lower to mid 90s over the northern interior, mid to upper 90s on the I-95 corridor, and upper 80s to lower 90s along the coast with a little bit of help from a sea breeze front. On Wednesday, rinse and repeat, still the same scenario, hazy, hot, and humid. There might be a threat for an isolated thunderstorm in the evening with an approaching cold front that will be washing out and weakening. Look for low temperatures ranging from the lower to mid 70s, possibly a few upper 70s in urban areas. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 90s over the northern interior, mid to upper 90s on the I-95 corridor, lower to mid 90s along the coast, and a heat index pushing over 100 degrees. And on Thursday, A little bit better chance for an isolated thunderstorm here and there, but for the most part, hazy, hot, and humid is going to be the main story. This cold front is going to try to attempt to move through the region, but basically stall out to the north of us. So look for low temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s over the northern interior, mid to upper 70s along the coast in your urban areas. High temperatures range from the lower to mid 90s over the northern interior, mid to upper 90s on the I-95 corridor, lower to mid 90s along the coast, with the heat index pushing into the hundreds once again. And as always, stay safe out there.